Hey, Dan Passarelli here. Happy Thursday. How you feeling today? Well, the S&P 500 was feeling kind of mid a little bit here, and it's kind of strange that they felt just kind of mid because really the two key data points that came out today were both actually somewhat bad news. I mean, not terrible news, but it was basically the worst case scenario, not to an extreme degree, but not ideal. First of all, inflation came in just a little bit higher than expected. Now, that's the wrong direction, right? Inflation just bad naturally, but the market seems to love the prospect of interest rate cuts, and that is a little bit less likely to lead the Fed to making an interest rate cut, especially after yesterday's Federal Reserve minutes came in saying that some of the Fed governors were actually in favor of a 25 basis point cut the last time around. So rising inflation doesn't really do well for the prospect of the Fed being aggressive with cutting. But on top of that, the initial unemployment claims number that came out this morning was 258,000. Then that was versus 231,000 estimated. So higher inflation, more unemployment. Worst of both worlds. Now, if you listened to the minutes yesterday or if you read them, the Fed said that we're not looking for more unemployment. Now, that statement might seem a little bit weird unless you remember specifically over the past few months, they said that that was really one of their mandates. They wanted to keep interest rates higher so that the rate of employment, not unemployment, but the rate of employment would come down, thereby cooling the economy, which it did. And yesterday, we learned in the minutes, and we've heard some of the Fed speakers say, okay, we don't want it to go down any further. We want to keep the job market, where it is and healthy, but there's more unemployment. So that definitely doesn't bode very well for an interest rate cut either. Nonetheless, the market didn't really sell off that much. It was down just a smidge, closed 0.18% lower. They say you should keep a positive attitude and try and hang out with positive people. Well, geez Louise, I want to hang out with the stock market because even when you get bad news, the market doesn't really sell off from it. Now we have one more number tomorrow. We have PPI, which we're probably looking for it to be somewhat in line with CPI unless there's something crazy that comes out during that. Doesn't really seem like there should be a big move in the market regardless. Unless, of course, we get a little bit of profit taking, which we sometimes see on Fridays following a big up week. Now, I hope that helps. This is Dan Passarelli, Trade Smart.